G'day everybody. Well, just a bit more of an update on how the Busch motor's going along. I'll probably call it part 3 of the overhaul on it. I've cleaned up a lot of the rust in the front end bell, which you remember was absolutely a shot. I've still got a little bit more to go, but it's come up a lot good. And I've also managed to free up that sticky bearing. As you remember, when I first got it apart, I basically had to use a hammer and a bolster to actually just get the shaft out. But it's, as you can see, a bit of elbow grease, or in this case WD-40, and a bit of motor oil and an old bit of emery cloth and a rag, and I've been able to free it up enough that it will turn over really good. So I'm probably going to give it another clean up, since it's a lot of really dark greases coming out of it, but it's turning over pretty quietly, which is good. I mean, there's a little bit of noise, but it's a lot better than it was. So once I get the rest of the rust out of that housing and also clean the bearing up, I'm going to paint the front housing. I've already got the rear end housing painted up, which is still drying. That's come up really nice. As you can see, it's just some Rust-Oleum cover and primer, aluminium cover. It's really good stuff. This, it's not the stuff you use to paint the casing of the Siren. It's slightly different, but it's yeah, it's come up really good. It looks pretty much like a casting that's come straight out of the die. I've just got to do the inside next, and then it should be good to go. It's just a quick look at that bearing. As you remember, it's completely black from the amount of oxide and rust and other nasties that are in there, and also watery grease. And basically just a bit of WD-40, bit of emery cloth and a rag, being able to polish it up really nice. That's come up real good. Alrighty then, well, I've got the inside and outside of this one all painted up and ready to go. I did paint the whole rotor. I got a bit more rust off and then went over it fully. That's come up really nice. And I've also remembered to cover the bearings up with some masking tape. For those beginners out there who do want to get into electric motor rebuilding, make sure you cover the bearings up if you're going to be painting the casing of one. Because the minute you get paint on a sleeve bearing like this, you'll stuff it instantly. You can, if you do get a bit on, you can sand it off, but be very careful that you don't scratch the actual bearing race, because that will decrease the life of the bearing, if it's a sleeve bearing that is, and completely ruin it. But they've come up alright. I'm just going to leave them for a bit longer to dry, and that should do it. There's the stator all painted. The way you stop the windings getting painted as well is just put 2 paper cylinders around it, one on the outside and one on the inside, and that way you can paint these edges here without getting the paint on the windings. But that's looking really nice. And I did put masking tape on the manufacturer's plates, stop that getting paint on it, and as you can see, that's still perfectly clean. Well, that's come up really nice. This is going to look really good when it's back together and running. Next up, I'm going to clean up the centrifugal switch, but I think I'll make this call this a video, and I might do a separate video on that, I don't know. But anyway, that's part 3 of Busch motor restore. Thanks for watching.